what would be the one key thing that leads to sexual satisfaction? Most people would probably talk about something to do with the physical connection, about foreplay, or the actual intimacy that they share. But the truth is, it's communication that creates great sexual satisfaction. Because without communication, often the physical aspects are missing or not aligned. We're kind of guessing and second guessing what the other person might like. And we're not always getting our own needs, wants, fantasies, and desires met because we don't know how to express ourselves. And the truth is, sometimes when we express ourselves, we don't use the right words. If something that we've connected to or received hasn't quite ticked our boxes, we can be very quick to blame or question the other person's ability and intentions. And the truth is, often we haven't actually explained what we wanted in the first place, but we're very quick to make a judgment of things not being met, or needs not being met, or wants not being met, and blaming the other person for how we feel. And it's so easy to do that. It's so easy to blame someone else for how we're feeling. You made me feel, this is what you did. I've got upset because you, and it's all about the other person. And the truth is, no one can make us feel anything. That's a choice. So rather than using the you statement and throwing out the you did this and you said that and you made me feel this and throwing yous around, the important thing in communication, I think in any relationship, but particularly in the bedroom, is about I. This is how I feel. Because no one can make us feel anything. It's a choice. Feelings are a choice. How we manage our feelings, how we express our feelings is definitely a choice. I feel like this because what I'm really looking for is and I don't feel that when we do that that's being met. It is about owning how we feel, but it's also the energy behind that is much more supportive of an open, honest, connected relationship. And these I conversations are probably best not to be had during connection. These are things that you can talk about after. This is how I feel. This is what I'm thinking and feeling, and these are my emotions. Timing is key because when we're talking about our emotions, we want to be in a relaxed, comfortable, connected environment. So as well as expressing ourselves on how we feel, it's also really, 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 really important that when the other person is expressing how they feel, when someone else is talking, that we're listening. It sounds a bit obvious, but we don't always do it. We're so wrapped up in our own stuff that we don't give other people the time to be heard. And that's actually what we're after. That's what we're looking for, is to be heard. And yet we don't always honor the other person in hearing them. And the last thing to really, really remember, in fact, is probably not the last thing, but it's the one other thing I'm going to share with you today, is when we're having these conversations, when we're connecting with our partner, when we're creating the I statements, and we're really listening and tuning in and being empathic, is to create a safe space. Make time for that conversation. Create an environment that allows you to connect, to look at each other, to really be in the conversation, to be in the share, and to be in the sharing space. Because it is absolutely fundamental to any grounding of any relationship that communication is only communication when it's two-way. Otherwise, it's just words. And remember, this takes practice. We don't live in a world that takes responsibility for ourselves. We are very much in a world where a culture of blame. So we may not use the I statements. We may be in very much the energy of you. So changing these habits, changing our language, changing the energy around our language is going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of practice. So catch yourself when you're doing the you, bring it back and change that. Actually, I. Or can I stop and rephrase that? I. And bring it home, and let's take responsibility for our feelings and express our needs, wants, and desires so that other people understand the journey we're on, and then they can meet us where we're at as we can meet them. So for now, I am really happy to have spent this time with you, and I hope you go on and explore this in your own time and in your own way.